Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, my name's Lou and welcome to the Z Student. I haven't said that in what seems like forever and oh my gosh, I missed you. I might have been like that. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, my name's Lou and welcome to the Z Student. Period.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
I haven't spoken to you guys in what seems like forever. And I just feel like before I push out any vlog, I need to talk to you. Like, we need a one-on-one, we need a catch-up session, we need a what's going on in your life, a life update. Yeah, I mean, we're growing over here. And you know what's funny? I went ghost on YouTube and I went ghost on Instagram. Like, that's crazy. For somebody who calls herself an influencer, going ghost? Girl. Anyway, let's talk about it, okay? So I'm just going to start from when I was done with uni. I finished school on the 9th of December 2024. I wrote my last paper. I think it was statistical theory or something. Yeah, there's a whole vlog about that. And yeah, my parents came to pick me up, came back to Lusaka. I'm finally back in the motherland, okay? Finally back in the city that actually makes sense. Expensive, but it makes sense. And yeah, it's been amazing. The entire January, I was just home, enjoying the feeling of not having to go to school, enjoying the feeling of not have to meet deadlines and assignments and submission dates and just chilling and not having that school pressure. It was so amazing. It felt like a load had been lifted off my shoulder, but then not entirely because I didn't know if I was graduating or not, right? Which brought me to 2025 January. I was so anxious, you guys. Like, each and every single day I was always wondering, am I going to clear or not? Because there was one paper, that same last paper, the statistical theory paper, I don't even have words for it, honestly. That one was standing between me and graduation. And I was just like, I hope I wrote enough. I hope I did enough. Even if it's a C, Melissa, I will appreciate. Finally, results came out on the 24th. I think 24th, 25th of January. I might be mistaken, but it was the last week of January. Results came out. I found out that I was graduating. I passed my exams. I got, I think, 2 B's and a C, and I wasn't mad at it, honestly. And the C was in that course that I thought I would fail. And I was just like, you know what, it's fine. It's fine. I am graduating. Guys, if you've been following me, if you've been following the channel, if you've been part of the Z gang, if you've been part of the Z family, the Z student family, I don't know what we call ourselves, but if you've been here for the longest time, then you know that I was one of the Zambian girls or Zambian people who wanted to go and study out of the country because universities out of the country were said to be better and Zambian universities were not good. And so that dream being shut down and me facing the reality of studying in Zambia was so hard. And then, like, you know, watch the videos, you understand. But yeah, so that was over. It was finally over. Oh my gosh, after 4 long, hard years, we are graduating. I am graduating. Thank you so much for the support and thank you so much for the prayers and encouragements. Even when I was telling you guys like, oh, I failed physics. Oh, I failed physics. Oh, school is hard. And then, oh, I've cleared physics. Oh, I'm graduating. Guys, oh, also those congratulatory messages on my results video. Oh, guys, you guys are just so kind. You're so kind and so sweet. And some of you were even DMing me on Instagram telling me how my story inspires you. And I was in tears. I'm not even gonna lie. I was in tears. And it's overwhelming. It's humbling. It's amazing. I don't even know how to put it in words. But yeah, thank you. So I got my results, found out that I cleared, passed my exams, and so I'll be graduating. And now the entire educational load was lifted off my shoulders because now it felt like, whew, I am done. Finally. So after my results came out, the next day I went to get a makeover. I did braids and I even did my nails. I look so pretty. I think I showed you guys that video. Yeah. And then the feeling of I'm done with school, the feeling of congratulations, you're graduating, da da da, faded. And then reality hit that I didn't know what I was doing with my life. This whole time I've been in uni, and then now I'm no longer in a system. I'm no longer in a school system. I no longer have to follow a routine. I no longer have deadlines. I no longer have all these educational pressures or academic pressures that I was facing, and I was just there existing. I genuinely didn't know what to do. Yes, I was a YouTuber, or I am a YouTuber. I could have been making content, but to be honest, I didn't even have the motivation to make content. I was just not feeling it. I just wanted to sit down and not do anything. Not because I wanted to not do anything, but I just didn't have the drive to do anything. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, then I bought a cargo pants bail because I wanted to start a thrift business. And I also had some thrifted swimming costumes that I wanted to sell, but then I still didn't have the drive, didn't have the motivation. I just felt like it's not even going to work if I try, And so I never tried. So the cargos are there. They're just fitted. For the swimming costumes, I even made a video about it. Like, hey, I've started a business, but then I never published that video because I just wasn't feeling it, honestly. And yeah, it was a whole lot going on. Not because there was a whole lot going on, but just a lot of I don't know what to do next. And yeah, I did get some advice on what to do next, but then it just felt like, ugh, like, I don't know how I can describe the feeling. It's like you're done with one thing and now you're looking for the next thing, but then you don't know what you should be looking for. You don't know if you should do your master's or get a job or get an internship or volunteer or start a business or do something. Like, I don't know, man. I was just in that slump. But regardless, my family told me to start writing application letters and just do like speculative application letters. And yeah, whether a place was advertising or not, they just told me to write and apply. I was writing and applying to the jobs on LinkedIn, writing and applying to the jobs whose websites were saying we welcome speculative emails, writing and applying to different places. Like, it was a whole thing. It was just something. In the same January, I was supposed to go to South Africa, but that didn't work out. So yeah, then it sort of got moved to February. Like, okay, maybe we might go to South Africa in February, and I was pumped up a little bit, but that also didn't work out, which increased my demotivation. Because after uni, I was so excited. I'm like, January, I'm going to South Africa. I'm going to be making South Africa content. What? Shiny, life abroad. This is something that I've been praying for and waiting for and da-da-da. But anyway, there's a whole video on that because I actually vlogged the entire process and how I felt afterwards. So watch out for that. Yeah, at that point, I was feeling like, Nishimi, I'll never go abroad. University, I wanted to go. It didn't work. Now, we plan on going to Namibia. I think I remember in my last birthday vlog or close to my birthday, I was saying in August, I'm going to celebrate my birthday properly. Because at the time, I was supposed to go to Namibia. That didn't work out. And then now January came, January 2025. I was supposed to go to SA. Didn't work. February, nothing. And now I was like, will I ever go? I started feeling like, But then I wasn't feeling like that too much because a part of me was like, you know what? We survived a university in Zambia when I didn't want to be here. And I'm graduating. So even this is going to pass. That kept me going. I was like, I went through something that I never thought would happen in my life. I was sad about it, but then eventually I got to tolerate it and it passed and it was okay. And now I'm graduating. So even this, I'm not yet going abroad. Everything for going abroad is not working out. That it will pass. So I wasn't even mad at it, if I'm being honest. It just felt like, man, again. But then it wasn't like, no, me. No, it wasn't. Anyway, you watch the vlog. So in the last week of February, I got a call from one of the places I applied to, and they called me for interviews. So I went to the place and I did my interview. After my interview, I was feeling a bit, I didn't answer something correctly. Because the previous night, I kept watching HR videos on how to answer interview questions. Things like, tell me about yourself. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your career progression like? Why did you choose this company? You know, questions like that. And so I was watching different HR YouTube channels, and I just gave pointers on how to answer those questions. And so I memorized how to answer those questions, but obviously according to me and my experience and what I've been through. I hope I can make a video for you guys on how to answer interview questions and what I learned. But anyway, so I went for the interview, did my thing. Obviously, I felt like, I didn't answer something correctly. But then in March, I got a call saying that I got the job. Well, not the job, but the internship. And so now I can safely announce to you guys that I am a corporate babe, period. I mean, like, isn't it showing though? But anyway, yeah, so I got an internship in March and I started working on the 10th of March 2025. My first ever internship in an insurance company. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you the insurance company I work for, like, no. I'm working in an insurance company, like I mentioned, and I'm in the reinsurance department, and it's so unbelievable, if I'm being honest, because a few years ago I felt like my dreams didn't come true to go study abroad. My dreams didn't come true to go out of the country. Life feels so and I feel so behind. My friends are progressing and I'm graduating late. Am I even going to find a job? Am I even this? Am I even that? Like, there were just so many things running in my mind. And so having this opportunity to do my internship with this insurance company, that's so good. Like, guys, this is beyond an answered prayer, if I'm being honest. Just to tell you how good my reinsurance company is, like where I'm working, it's not my insurance company, but just to tell you how good it is, guys, we had a welcoming lunch for all the new employees. Who does that? I mean, I guess there are some organizations that may do that, but for a majority of them, they don't say, hey, new employees, let's go for lunch, what. They're not doing that. And they did that for, guys, it was so nice. We went for lunch at Southern Sun Hotel with the HR, and she was like, please get as much food as you want because we have paid for it. I was just like, wow, it was a buffet style. Yeah. Monday, I didn't even feel shy. I ate. So far, I really love where I am. I love where I am mentally. I love where I am spiritually. I love where I am physically. I love where I am in my job. And life is so interesting, you guys. Like, one moment you feel like you're behind, especially when your friends are progressing and just doing the most. And for me, I felt like that when I saw my friends graduate. I was just like, yay, I've been left behind. And then things were still getting tough. I was just like, yeah, bah. And then the next moment, it just flips. Like, your life literally just flips like a boop. And you're like, is this the same? Like, is this supposed to be someone else's life? Because why is it so good? But then it is your life. And yes, you're deserving of it in this moment, okay? And something bad will happen, but we're not anticipating it, okay? We just know in the back of our heads that life has ups and downs. My university experience was a down, but I tried to make the most out of it. And then right after uni, 3 months later, I found an internship. Like, ain't God good? You know, it's I don't even know how to put it in words. Like, I can't explain it to you. It's just something that you need to experience, where one moment you're down in the pits and the next moment God just opens all these doors for you. Even when you felt like you were not qualified. Let me tell you, me, I'm graduating with a silent. Do you know how many times I kept asking myself, is this job for me? Because there are people who got better grades than me. There are people who did this than me. There are people who what? There are people who what? And so I had those feelings a lot in the beginning, and until I asked my boss, because he's super chilled, you guys. Like, everybody I work with is just so chilled. I love you guys. They don't know my YouTube channel, so at least not yet. I haven't told them, and I don't plan on telling them. But yeah, if you're watching and we work together, hi. This is me, Hannah Montana Live, corporate girl and YouTuber, influencer. Cringe. No, Wendy. Anyway, as I was saying, I asked my supervisor, I'm like, do you feel like I'm capable of this? And he said, you're capable of anything as long as you've told yourself you are. And I was just like, you know what, I am, okay? I am. So the first week was pretty chill. It was just orientation and taking me around all the departments and getting the hang of insurance, what it's about, what they do, what the specific organization does, how they work, what their values are. I mean, some other things I knew because I read up on the company before I even went for my interviews. So it was just like a refresher for some things, and then other things were new to me, especially because I didn't do any course in insurance. All my courses were pure mathematics and pure statistics. So yeah. So now in the second week, my boss was like teaching me the things that I was going to be doing, and I was doing them with him. And then he goes like, I hope you're listening, because we'll soon throw you in the deep end and let you sink or swim. And I was like, okay. Guys, when I tell you I used to write notes as if I'm in class, I used to, anything he says, I'm just like, and then I came back home. I told my brother about how work is going. Like, I was always telling my family how work is going. And then he's like, why don't you make a template using ChatGPT? And you try to practice from home. I was like, you are a smart on, Exe. You're very, very smart. So yeah, I made a template on ChatGPT, and then I started practicing with the ChatGPT information, things that we do at work. And yeah, the next day when I went, he asked me if I remember, and I was like, yeah, I remember. And then I did the task, and he's like, oh, okay. And in my head, I'm like, of course. I'm joking. I didn't do that. But I just asked him, like, it's correct. Like, I was also shocked that I did it. And he's like, yeah, you did it. And I was like, okay. And yeah, from then I just started telling myself, like, we can do this, okay? God has put me in this position. He's not going to let go of me. He's going to be by my side. And even when it feels like he has let go of me, he hasn't. Because we've been there before and he didn't. And we are here and he won't. So yeah, the feelings of, oh no, I'm new to this, am I even going to be good, started fading like a lot. They started fading a lot. The more I did tasks and the more I showed my boss that I can do this and I'm doing it right, and him even approving and acknowledging it, the more I felt confident and the more I felt, wow, I can actually do this. Like, okay, the corporate world is for real and I'm actually doing it, It was nice. Oh, it is nice, rather. And I said a lot of the more. Guys, my parents have come back home. I need to go and cook. Anyway, for anybody who feels behind, if you feel stuck, if you feel like everyone is progressing ahead of you, trust me, I've been there. Like, if you've watched my videos, you know how down in the dumps I was, okay? From failing physics 3 times to watching my friends graduate and all I could do is just clap for them and be present, to finally graduating and even having a job, an internship. It is, I can only thank God for all this and praise him through it all. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 20K before the end of the year. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.